What's up, nerds? Back with another video. Going to hopefully keep it quick and short and sweet. So, today's video is going to be about cards I think are bad, but might actually possibly be good side deck cards, but who knows? We'll see. So, first card that I really like, Transmigration Prophecy. So, Transmigration Prophecy is a normal trap that says select two cards from the graveyard and shuffle them into their owner's decks. So, with people talking about DD Crow and how good that card is possibly going to be, I thought this was an interesting card to bring up because it does similar things, except it returns it to the deck, which might not be as good against certain decks because they can just search it back, but I think it's nice that it can put something from your deck back as well. So, I don't know. The next one, Mistake. This is the add cards to hand part of Thunder King, basically. So it's just a continuous trap that says neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. I think that one's pretty obvious. This one I really like, but I feel like it's not good because there are other cards that are hand traps which do similar things. So I have always been a huge fan of Debunk. I love this card. So Debunk, counter trap. When a monster effect is activated in the hand or graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, banish it. I've always thought it was a great counter hand trap card. The fact that it's a counter trap itself, I always thought this card was really good. I don't know, but I feel like there's cards that, like all these hand traps now. I mean, all these hand traps have 5 fucking things that they can do. It's like, oh, they can stop this, and they can also stop this, and they can stop this, and they're tuners, and they can be activated from the hand. Woo! Yu-Gi-Oh! It's time to duel! Anyway, my next card that I've got coming up is Retort. Is this a counter? Yeah, Retort counter trap. This one is really, like, meta-dependent, Like, this only works if you're really like quirky at making reads and if you're bad, basically, because this card, it's not good against itself, like if everybody starts siding this card, it's not going to be good, like this is only for the people that think, oh, maybe like possibly this might happen, so maybe I might play this, like I don't know, like I love this card though. So I dropped it, let me read it, hopefully pick this up without crushing a secret rare. All right, boom. When your opponent activates a spell trap with the same name as one in your graveyard, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. Then you can add one card with that name from your graveyard to your hand. So, obviously conditional as fuck, obviously a bad card, but I like it, and it would be cool if it's good. One day. Okay. Next one. Alright, so this one's stupid, alright? You're going to be like, oh no, this is a tech card. But I don't know why people aren't playing it. So, Solemn Judgment. This card's at 3. It never is not live. You can always pay half your life points. Why the fuck isn't everyone playing 3 of this card? Why? Why? So, I don't know. I feel like it's a stupid card to put into this, but I mean, I'm going to be playing it at 3 because fuck yeah, it's Solemn Judgment. Come on, what? Anyway, next one. Exchange of Spirit. I know this card got errated to be once per turn, but I still think it's pretty good. So, Exchange of Spirit. You can only activate this card by paying 1,000 life points while there are 15 or more cards in your graveyard. Both players swap the cards in their graveyards with the cards in their deck, then shuffle the cards in each new deck and put it into the deck zone. So now it can only be once per duel. I'm not sure if they made it for you and your opponent, to be honest. But I always thought this card was good because, well, one, it says your deck, not your, including your opponents. So all you have to do is pop off. And then assuming you pop off, it's just like, oh, word, now this card's live, I can set it. And it's just like, oh, fuck with my opponent. I don't know. Like, can you imagine swapping graveyards with your opponent that has, 15 cards in their graveyard, and then they, or let's say you have it set, right? You have their hand, or you see their hand, or you see their deck, their graveyard, whatever, and you flip it when they max see you, and it's like, oh, max see me, huh? And then just pop off, get them to draw as many cards. I don't know, stupid cards. These cards are all bad. All right. Magnet Force, especially with Rock and Machina and Adamantia and all this bullshit coming out, I think this card is fucking busted. So we'll see what you guys think. Magnet Force. This turn, all monsters on the field whose original types are Machine or Rock are unaffected by your opponent's monster effects, except their own. So I think it's really cool that it's on the field whose original types are Rock and Machine. So I'm not positive. If you know the rulings, please let me know. But so on the field, does this apply to the monsters on the field, meaning the current ones on the field or the ones that are going to be on the field? Because if it's the ones on the field, that's really nice, right? But if it's the field and whatever monsters hit it, that's kind of busted, isn't it? I don't know. I think that's fucking busted. It's like, oh, Nibiru-san. Oh, hello. Bye-bye. Anyway. This thing, I'm not really sure if any decks don't tribute or don't use extra deck stuff, but if you don't use extra deck stuff, I think this card's kind of cool. So it's basically just a mind control that if you don't have any monsters from the extra deck, and you can't special summon during the turn, you activate this card, but if you don't have anything for the extra deck, you can't special summon. But I just thought this was cool because you can still attack with it, you could still sync with it, you can't special summon, you can't sync with it. But, like, you could do anything that you'd normally do with it, like a tribute summoned monster, and it's just, I don't know, it's cool. I don't know. Shut up. All right. Next one. I really like this one. All right. Like, I know all these cards are bad, right? But if I was going to hope that any of these cards would be remotely decent, it would 1000% be this one. So, Grisaile Prison. Dude, this card is crazy, actually. For a rare, I think this card's kind of crazy. So, if you control a face-up monster that was tribute, ritual, or fusion summoned, until the end of your opponent's next turn, neither player can Synchro or XYZ summon. Synchro and XYZ monsters cannot attack. Also, their effects are negated. Right? Isn't that broken? If you have, like, any fusion or ritual or tribute stuff, isn't that broken? I love this card. How is this not broken? Like, if this was a counter trap, it would be a masterpiece. But, like, I mean, I've been playing Herald, right? And I've been looking for Herald cards to kind of help out. And the nice thing is that it doesn't say anything about Link monsters, which, okay, can be a little, you can argue that it's not good, but I mean, my Herald deck links up like a motherfucker. I don't Synchro or XYZ for shit. All I do is link and drop Fusion or drop Herald. So I mean, like, this is just, I don't know. I think this card might actually be decent. Whatever. All right, Cashback, the last one. Talked about Solemn Judgment. Gotta talk about Cashback. So Cashback is a common. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card or monster effect by paying life points, negate the activation. If you do, return it to the deck. So, simple. I don't think there are many extra deck stuff that pay life points aside from the psychic stuff. But if you do psychic stuff, you get to, like, compulse back the deck, which is kind of cool. Gets around destroying stuff. Obviously Solemn Judgment, things like that. The only question, so this says negate the activation, right? Does that mean they don't pay the cost? All right, that's it. I think these cards are pretty good. And they're bad, but maybe one day they'll be good. Who knows?